2016, the right to rent checks came in. So, as a landlord or agent, it's your obligation to check the immigration status of prospective tenants and occupants. Basically, is that person qualified to rent your property? I.e., has he got legal status in this country? Whether it's EU at the moment, or whether it's actually they've got a visa to be in here. And if it's got a visa, you need to be checking it if you know it's going to expire in a certain time, that it's checked at that time, or it's being renewed. We've actually got one at the moment which is just being renewed. So just because he's got one at the start of the tenancy doesn't mean to say that he can live in it forevermore. He has to have a valid visa for the time he's there. And again, that's a criminal and financial penalty. And for that one, £3,000 per tenant. And if you persist, so you might make a mistake, but if you say, I ain't going to bother with that law, I'll just sort of I'll just stick it in there. If you persist with doing it, maximum, it's a criminal offence, maximum sentence is 5 years. So, you know, the government are not, these are all led by the Trade Standards Office, but sort of, you know, there are penalties to be had. So you need to make sure you know what you're doing. Legislation is now becoming a lot harder, as you can see. From the 1st of April 2018, for new tenancies, the minimum energy efficiency rating is E. So if you have an F1G property, rated property, you don't comply. And guess what? There's a civil penalty for that one as well. And that one is civil offence up to £4,000. So you need an increase. I've still got some more, so don't keel over just yet. And with effect from April 2020, it will be on all existing properties. So if you have an existing property, you need one. But again, the EPC, you will need an EPC anyway, but it has to be from April 20. If you've got an existing tenancy agreement or an existing tenant in place, if they are there still in 2020 and you're not, if you haven't upgraded your property to an E, £4,000 is going to cost you. So a bit about rent arrears. The old saying, it won't happen to me. How many times have we heard that? And quite often, it wasn't rent arrears, it's something completely different. But I had a landlord today saying, no, I don't want to do that because he's a good tenant. You know, I don't want to upset him or her. So landlords can be reluctant to take immediate action. If, technically speaking, if a tenant is 1 day late on his rent or her rent, he's in arrears. Okay? And obviously, we, you know, as managing agents, we do give some latitude because it might be sort of wrong, the bank's problem or whatever. But we want a valid reason as to why that sort of the reason why sort of the tenant hasn't actually paid money. You can't sort of take possession unless the tenant is in 2 months in arrears. And technically, again, that's a month and a day. So on the 2nd anniversary, he hasn't paid. The day after, they're in arrears. It's not 2 full months. A month, you know, he's not got a month. If it's due on the 1st, he hasn't got until the 1st of the following month before you can take action. He's in arrears. Sort of like if it's a 30-day month, it's 31 days. And again, some landlords hesitant to pursue any possession. And of course, the longer you leave it, the higher the arrears get, and the worse chance you stand of actually getting the money. So we always say, if a tenant is in arrears, take the necessary steps quickly. When 1 month arrears tackle the tenant, 2 months arrears, it's time to serve a Section 8 notice. And a Section 8 notice basically is an accelerated notice to give you notice to quit. Of course, there is one way around that, and that's to take out rent guarantee and legal expenses insurance. And that negates, okay, it won't happen to me, but it might. And if you do, I'll show you in a second how long it will take to get it. So Section 8 notice to define that. It's the only route to recover possession in a fixed term. So actually, if it's in, let's say it's after month 3, you can't use a Section 21. It has to be a Section 8 notice, and there has to be a provision in the tenancy agreement to be able to serve it. So you've got to say, well, I'm going to be serving you with it if you don't pay your rent. Not in quite so many layman's terms, but it has to be a prescribed form. So it has to be again, it's not on the back of a fag packet. It's actually a certain form you have to complete. You have to specify the grounds of why, well, you ain't paid his rent for 2 months. And there are 18 grounds of possession on a Section 8 notice, and the grounds Section 8, 10 and 12, 8, 10 and 11 are the one for rent arrears. So we'll skip all that, because basically if you have someone in arrears, when you start getting possession, you've got 2 months down the line, and then to actually get possession, it's 12 to 16 weeks. Can you afford to have no money coming in for 4 months? That's basically what we've got to legislate for. And basically, and that can be extended slightly, because if the judge feels sorry for the tenant, and they always err on the tenant side rather than the landlord side, unless you've actually, because with the judge, it's not the fact that you're giving notice to quit, it's how you've done it, it's the technical side of it. Have you done it correctly? If you don't do it correctly, he will throw it out. Going back to that Section 21 notice, the new rules now, they even say whether it's got to be capital letters, how you actually write the date. There's about 8 things on there as to how you actually write the notice. So it's quite important that you get it right, because if you don't, the judge will actually go and err on the tenant side. And if you feel sorry for them and they're falling on really bad times, and they can't get any, say, housing with local authority, he might even extend that 14 days to probably 6 weeks. So that 12 to 16 weeks could be 16 to 20 weeks. So then you're 5 months. So, but if you are covered, if when we arrange a tenancy agreement, you have the option to take out rent guarantee and legal expenses insurance, and as the title says on the tin, it also covers you for the legal expenses. Now, the legal expenses, you're talking, in addition to your loss of rent, probably another £900, because the court cost is about £380 before you've even instructed a solicitor, and then you've got the legal costs on top of that, because you've got to allow a day for the lawyer to go to court, to serve a notice, and blah 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 blah. There's also something called disrepair and retaliatory, I thought I said that right, eviction, because obviously as landlords you do have an obligation to keep the property in good repair, and essentially saying if the tenant says to you, you haven't repaired this property, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, I'm sort of going to sue you or what have you. The landlord cannot give notice to quit because he's a pain in the backside, and he wants to get rid of him, so he's not to do with the repairs. So essentially, again, the Deregulation Act, when a written complaint has been received, the landlord must investigate and provide a detailed response within 14 days to include the landlord's proposed action. You can't just ignore it. And we did, quite a while ago, we did have a landlord who did ignore it, and in the end, the tenant just called the environmental health team and said, well, if you don't do it, we'll ban you for being a landlord. So retaliatory eviction is a restriction on the landlord to serve section 20. So you can't serve a 21 if you've got a written complaint from the tenant saying about the condition, because obviously you serve a section 21, it goes to court, the tenant's going to turn up with his letter. The landlord fails to reply, give an adequate reply, and if the local authority, environmental health serves an improvement notice, and then it has to be another 6 months before a section 21 can serve. So again, it's all down to technicalities that we know what to do. The exemptions are, if it's property is generally on the market, not used in a tenant like that, and i.e. abusing the privilege of being a tenant in the property, and if a section 21 is served before complaint is actually made.